Well, hello everybody, and it's time for an allotment update. It is the beginning of April in the first week. I think it's the 3rd today, maybe the 4th, don't know, thereabouts. And I'm going to show you the state of the allotment after the winter. I've put a lot of effort into it so far, and I'm feeling pretty good about it, but on the other hand, it's not perfect. But you know me, no frills, show it as it is, and let's go and have a look and see what we've got. So, view from the top. Let's move this way. At least it's starting to look nice and green, and yes, end of a long day, and let's look and see. So I've gotten 2 loads of horse manure in there, and I've got a nice new addition of a carpet to keep some heat in and to keep weeds and things down. So it was all the way up here. It's gone down that much already, so I think I need to get another couple of loads to go in here. Compost bins as usual. Burn pile, I've burnt it a couple of times already this spring. I need to set it alight again sometime soon. Moving down, the slabs are slowly going down as I start using them down at the bottom. I'll show you where I've done a few new ones. Raspberries, yeah, still plenty of yellow raspberries there that I still don't know what to do with. So at the moment I'm just leaving them to get on with it. Coming down, all of the weeds of course have started growing, and at the end of this week on Sunday I'm going down to our house in France for a couple of weeks, so I'm expecting it to be waist high by the time I get back. So it'll earn the term jungle again, I'm sure. I've got some new bits here, some pallets I got from a local building site. I've got plans for them. I think there's 12 there. So when I get down to the new polytunnel structure, I will show you. I'm going to use them to put the 1,000-litre IBC thingies on. So it's 3 per IBC, so there's 12. I'm going to have 4 IBCs. I've also bought some picket fence panel thingies and a gate, which is going to go up at the top there to fence the dog in. So that's a project that's coming soon. Moving down, council compost, as you've seen recently. The leaf bin, the leaf mould, I've used most of it now, so I'm actually thinking I'm going to dismantle that bin and move it up to the top to have another bin up there. So I need to tidy that up a bit. Strawberry patches, as you can see, I'm still clearing this one. I've been working on this one this afternoon. I'm hoping to get this finished before I go home tonight. So strawberry patch, I've lost a few strawberries, especially where the grass was so thick. So what I'll do is I'll dig a few up from there, plant them in there, water them well, and they should be okay. I've put a couple of new slabs in there. I used to just have 2. I've now got 4, and I'll try and make my way out here. The more slabs I can put down, the less space there is for grass and weeds to grow. This strawberry bed I showed you the other day, they're all okay. I think I've lost 1 or 2, so once again I'll dig a couple up and just replace them. But other than that, they're good. I need to find, I can see loads of little weeds coming up already. So what I need to do is I need to find a mulching material. I'll probably see if I can get my hands on some straw or something, because I've run out of leaves now. So get them mulched this year to try and stop that from happening. The strawberry bed is going to happen soon. I've got all the planks and everything for it there. I just need Adam to put it together, and then I need to be able to dig all of this lot up. That's going to be a fun job. So soon, coming soon. Kids' beds. I dug them all up, topped them up with council compost, and then I've got a massive problem with thistles this year. I didn't have a thistle problem, well, there was the odd thistle here and there, but this year there seems to be mountains of thistles, and they just keep coming up, and you're having to dig really, really deep to get them out, and you inevitably break off the roots, so then they just come back again. So not quite sure what I'm doing about thistles this year. So as you can see over in Ryan's bed, loads of them. This is bed, and this is after I've dug them out about 3 times already. They just keep coming back. This flower bed is going to get sorted this year. I've got so many flower seedlings that is going to need to go here, and I never got round to doing this one last year, so it is going to get sorted. Take my word for it. This flower bed, I left the dahlias in. I didn't lift them this winter, because the previous winter time I lifted them all up, put them in the shed, and then I lost all of them. I think must have been frost or I don't know what it was, but they all went moldy and horrible, and I lost all of my dahlias. There was probably about 12 or 14 dahlias, nice Sarah Raven ones that I lost. So last year I decided, right, this year I'm trialing leaving the dahlias in the ground, so they still got all of their little markers and name tags on. So I'm gonna, as you can see, I've started clearing this bed. I'm gonna snip them off, and then hopefully the plan is that the dahlias are going to move over there, but we'll see. They might have to stay here for this year, and then I'll move them, or if I get that raised bed over there done in time, then I might move them. But this flower bed's going to get ready. As I say, I've already started clearing it, so all I need to do is come up to here. So I've cleared the area where the cosmoses were last year. I'm going to put a bit of a border, an edge on that one, and I think I'm going to use old bricks. I'm going to put an edge around there just to make it look a bit neater, but that's all done up. I just need to put some compost on it. This area still needs tidying, and I believe I said that all of last year as well, so still needs tidying. I've gone over this area here, topped it up with compost. I planted some tulips and some narcissus here. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? I don't like a normal dahlia. I think they're boring. Not dahlia, I lie. I've gone blank here. What am I talking about? Daffodil. Daffodil, that's the one, the yellow flower. I don't like a normal daffodil. I think they're boring. So I like ones that are slightly different, like these ones. And I've got some fun ones at home as well. So I planted a whole bunch of things here. Planted them way too late. Of course, they're supposed to be in sort of November, December time. I think I planted these ones at the end of January, just so that I wouldn't lose the bulbs. So they're in there, and I'm not expecting very much from them this year. I think there's some irises in there as well. So we'll see what they do, but I'm not expecting anything. It was just to get them in the ground so that they wouldn't die. Planted a rose that I bought last year, just a cheap B&Q rose that was on special. So I planted that in there. Let's see what that does. This area is ready. Some surface weeds coming up, but ready for the sweet peas. And I'll plant them out when I get back from France. So that's what's happening there. Shed's still a mess. My peonies that I bought last year at the Edible Garden Show are doing really well. As you can see, really healthy, lovely. I weeded them the other day. Some weeds coming back already. I'm going to just give them a bit of extra flower food this year to replenish the soil that they're in. Blueberries over there, doing okay. This year I want to get them under some net, because this is the 3rd year that these ones have been in the pots here. I've not had a single blueberry off them because the birds keep beating me to it. So blueberries will get netted this year. Greenhouse, yeah, going well in there. Over here, I bought some comfrey this year, the sterile one, whatever that is. Can't remember what it's called, but the sterile one. So I got 5 root thingies. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They've all come up or started growing. So I need to find a space for them so that they can go in and I can have my own comfrey. Rhubarbs are still in pots. Need to find a space for them too. Greenhouse, I'm not going to go into too much detail now. What I'll do is when I come back from France, I will give you a bit of a greenhouse tour. But it's all going well in here. Lots of tomatoes. Going to have an overload of tomatoes this year, I think. So I'll give you a tour of that soon. And then coming down here, 3 grapevines I bought last year just from the side of a road. Man down the road from me had a table on the side of the road with some grapes. I know nothing about them, but this one says it's a white wine. This one says, I think this one was the, yeah, red wine. So it does, yeah, it has some varieties. I need to really look them up. And this one's a dessert wine, I think, or a dessert grape. That's Black Hamburg. So I've got 3 of them here. This is another blackcurrant bush that I'd forgotten that I had. So I need to find a space for that too. Some more pots of thingies that I planted last year because I forgot about them. So I've just stuck them in some pots. Okay. And this is the current jungle area. So this was my gift for Mother's Day, which I asked for. So I need to find a pretty place for that as soon as the flower beds are all planted up. And then I've still got loads of sunflower seeds and things that I can put in there. So that's my Mother's Day present. And that was last year's Mother's Day present. Still not used that, so don't tell Adam. So this year, look at all the thistles. Massive thistle problem in here. So this year, all 5 beds are going to be in operation. Yes, you're probably going to need to hold me to that. So, but I'm feeling confident about that. So I haven't quite decided what's going where yet, but I started from the bottom up. So in this bed here is the bed that's never really been cultivated, as you can see, quite well established grass and stuff. I've decided this is going to be the potato bed this year, so it'll break it up and things. So I need to clear it. And I'm only growing main crop potatoes this year, so I've got some time. So when I come back from France, this is my priority. Get this cleared, get some potatoes in the ground. So bed 3 is half cleared at the moment. I've put 1 more slab down there, and I'm going to keep coming this way. So these are still leftovers from last year. The carrots are all full of holes and rubbish, but what I'm doing is I lift about 4 or 5 at a time, and then I give them to the dog. My dog loves carrots, so she will sell her soul for a carrot, that Elsa dog does. So a couple of Swiss chards that survived the winter, the rest I've taken out. A few more spring onions that are still there, that's nearly ready to harvest, and some leftover beetroot. To be honest, they just need lifting. Yes, leftover beetroot from last year that's now growing again. I don't suppose you can do that. So I'll lift them, put them in the compost and sow new ones. And then, as you can see, I'm not that far off clearing this bed. Just waiting for a bit of rain so that the ground is soft. Bed 4, what have I done? I couldn't find the red onions last year to harvest. Obviously they were still there because look at all of them. They've all come up and split, and so yeah, so not quite sure what to do with them. I don't want my red onions there this year. Actually, in fact, I decided not to plant red onions at all. So not quite sure what to do with this lot. I might just lift them when I come back from France. I see this one's already sending up a, I mean, how does that work? Let's just take that one out. Already sent up a seed spike thingy. So yes, so I'm going to clear that slot, sort of use them as like spring onions, just chop them up in salads and stuff, and then just use them up so I can get my space back. Over here is the broad beans I planted in the last video, and something then started eating them, a couple a day. Luckily I had a few spare plants, so I've replaced them and I've decided to put the hoops over them just to give them half a chance to get going before something nibbles them off. It was eating them off at ground level, and the top bit of the plant was just lying there. It wasn't actually eating anything, it was just cutting it off. So I don't know what that was, but I keep sticking my head in the end of the tunnel now, and they seem to be okay now. There is millions of flies in there. Just shows you how many eggs are in the ground, and then when it gets heated up, they all hatch, and then they've got nowhere to go because of course they're in a hoop. So those are the broad beans. Going to clear this bit, and then that's ready for planting in bed 4. I lie, it's not bed 4, it's bed 2. I don't know my numbers anymore. Which way did I number them from? From that side. That's right, so it is bed 4. Sorry, I'm waffling. Okay, cabbages are doing okay. Over here, the shallots are starting to come up. You can just see them starting to poke up. The onions are doing fine. The garlics are doing fine. Actually, there's 2 that's died. I've got 2 spare ones in the shed, in the greenhouse. I might just replace them. And then once again, look at all the thistles. Now the problem with in the garlic bed now is I can't dig deep enough to now get them out. So I've bought some spray. Somebody told me that the only thing that's going to kill a thistle is something called SBK. So it's for tougher weeds. So I bought a little spray gun of SBK and I sprayed them yesterday. So let's hope they die. So moving along, what have we got? Nothingness. This is one of the IBCs that's going to go by the tunnel. So there's 2 more at home. I'll bring them up soon. I just need to spray them with the pressure washer. Pumpkin area has all been done, all been topped up, ready to go. Of course, got loads of growth around the tires coming up again. So I keep weeding it and putting it up, but they come back faster than I can do something about. So maybe I'll spray them. Maybe that'll kill them. So bit of jungle area, bit of messy area. It still needs tidying up. Okay, and then this is the main new progress on the plot, I suppose. I have taken little video clips of when they were putting this up, and when they come and put the polythene on, I will make an episode about the polytunnel. So, but for now, this is it. I bought it off secondhand off a local strawberry farmer that's replacing all of his tunnels with massive, great big tunnels. Beautiful strawberry operation they've got here in the Vale of Evesham, obviously, where a lot of the fruit comes from. And I'm really happy. It's about 5.5 meters wide, so you can see there's no space to go down the side of the tunnel or on the other side. There's even less space on that side. So what I'm going to need to do is go through the middle. So I've made the doorway nice and wide, it's 1 meter wide, and so I can get the wheelbarrow through. So I'm going to have to go through the tunnel from now on if I want to get to the bottom. So that's the polytunnel, work in progress. Adam's been building the wooden structure, door frames and things for me, and I'm very nearly ready for them to come and put the polythene on. All I need to do is dig a trench all the way around, and then I can phone them and say, right boys, come and help. So I started buying some timber for some raised beds and things in here, and I think I'm just going to start down that side this year, and that's probably all I'm going to get to. And then yeah, all of those tomatoes you saw in the greenhouse, going to go here, and peppers and aubergines and cucumbers. So I need the space, so raised beds going to go in there. Oh look, I don't know if you can see that, and actually I don't think I can zoom with this. There's a red hot air balloon up there, perfect night for hot air balloon rides. So getting to the other side of the tunnel, I think this is where I'm going to do all the rhubarb and comfrey. So I might do a wooden raised bed there for the rhubarbs. I might actually come back in an L. I haven't quite decided yet. And the comfrey also has to be somewhere. So maybe the comfrey goes on that side. And I'm thinking of planting them in tires. So a bit of a work in progress here, haven't quite decided. So I don't know if you remember, but I had 3 rhubarbs. 1, 2, oh, I was going to say missing, but I can just see a leaf there. I was looking for it the other day, and could I find this rhubarb? No, I couldn't, so I thought it had died. So obviously I have still got a rhubarb, so I will come and clear around it a little bit so I can find it in future. I thought I'd lost this rhubarb. Obviously it's a bit later than that one. So 3 rhubarbs, and I've got another 4 rhubarbs up at the top that needs planting. So down at the fruit area, gooseberries are coming along nicely. Red currant I trimmed back really hard. It's in leaf now, so that's coming along. Raspberries are doing okay. Lots of little flowers and things just starting on them. Hopefully will be a good year. I showed you these ones recently, and yes, doing well. This one's touching the ground. Is that going to root there now? Probably. I need to find a way to support this one up. Let's do that. Okay, so they're doing okay. Somebody asked me why didn't I cut them down to ground level as they are autumn fruiting raspberries. I bought them like this, so as you remember I only just planted them recently, so I bought them as little sticks and I just planted them as such. I didn't know that I had to cut them down as well. I thought I would cut them down next year, so that's why apparently I'm getting growth on the stick or on the cane, because they were supposed to be cut down at ground level. As I said, well, they can stay like that for this year, and we'll see what they do next year. These raspberries are looking really good and healthy, so quite pleased with them. And then lastly, oh, we've got a stray raspberry miles away from the others. So how does that happen? Must be a seed, or somebody dropped one, or I don't know. And then in here, the apple trees are all just coming into bloom or into bud. So gonna have lovely apple blossom very soon. 1, 2. That one doesn't have very much. We'll have a look at that one in a minute. This one's obviously later as well, but there is some just starting. This one also looks like a later one because there's much less on this one here. I trimmed all of these the other day, and look, there's still 2 that's rubbing here against each other, so I need to come and do something. And then my new cherry tree. Can't remember if I showed you this one, but new cherry tree that I bought, and they are 2 different varieties, so it's a grafted one. I think this one's, I don't know. Anyway, so it's a grafted tree, so each one of these branches is a different variety. So I have got Cherry Duo, it's a Bigarro Napoleon and a Varix Black. So it's a double cherry tree, so I will get 2 different varieties of 1 tree. I don't even eat cherries, but it's for the children. So cherry tree, pear trees looking lovely at the moment. Just look at that. I love how delicate they are. So let's hope we get some pollinators this year, and the frosts just stay away for a little bit, because the frost got it last year and I had not a single pear on this tree. So let's hope we get some pollinators and I at least get a couple of pears. Oh, I've also staked all of these trees this year. They just needed a bit of support. That one, the strap has snapped off, so I need to get a new strap for that one. And then this is my plum tree. I got a yellow Persian plum tree, and that's just starting to come out. So all the way down to the bottom of the plot now, and yes, I'm feeling good about this year, and I'm pleased with the progress so far. Obviously there's still stacks and stacks of work to be done, but then that's the case on any allotment, I suppose. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Easter break. As I said, I'm off to France on Sunday for 2 weeks to go and work on my garden and painting and various other things in the house in France. So have a good Easter, everybody, and I'll see you when I get back. Bye.